Another practice to discuss. Caleb Williams speaking to the media today, and Grady Jarrett joins us right here on CHGO Bears. It all starts right now. Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast. It is Thursday, August 7th. Training camp continuing to move along at a quick pace. Practice number 12 in the books today. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Greg Braggs Jr. all with you today. It was an open practice. It was shells. There were no pads. It wasn't terribly long, but still good passing. Some things to see in the passing game today. And good to have the fans back out there at House Hall.
Yeah, it wasn't the lightest practice we've seen, which I thought maybe it would be with the joint practice coming tomorrow. So there was actually a little more work than I actually thought they'd put in today.
I thought that Greg did a great job out there today leading the fans. So as to your point, Hoge, it was great to see fans back in the stands led by Greg.
Yes, as we rooted you guys on.
Braggs in the stands.
Braggs in the stands screaming at me.
Saw new Hogan Johns merch out there.
Yeah, first one, right?
Yeah,
the first Hogan Johns shirt.
Shout him out.
Yeah, I sent you his name, but yes, we did have our first Hogan Johns shirt from Patrick.
There we go.
At @real_meathead on Twitter. So you're gonna have to give him a shout out on Twitter too. But
nice Twitter handle too. At
the Meathead, Meatball Island, all day.
So he was representing. We appreciate it. That might have been the best thing I saw at practice today, but we're going to go in a different direction. Our best and worst as we jump into another training camp show. Of course, CHGO training camp coverage is powered by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today. CircusSports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And again, tomorrow, make sure you come on out. If you don't have plans on Friday night, if you're going to practices, if you're not going to practice tomorrow, the joint practice, it's going to be a big day for the Bears, for the Dolphins, and we're going to recap it all with you in person at American Place Casino. It's the Circus Sports Book at American Place Casino. Friday, August 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. 1 hour live show, followed by an opportunity to discuss the upcoming 2025 Bears season. Make your pro football futures bets in person.
It's my birthday weekend. That means that Hoge's going to be buying shots for everybody for my birthday if you come out.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah,
that
actually,
I'm sure I'll be buying the
by Hoge, I meant Braggs. So come on out.
Come out.
The bad news is it's 21 plus only event. The good news is it's completely free. So come on out.
Rumor has it Crystal's going to be there. Come on.
Yep.
Let's go.
All right. Time to jump in. Best and worst that we saw, heard, whatever today at practice. I'll go with my best. And it was that Cole Kmet was back out there.
Absolutely.
Damn right.
Yeah. Reported the other day that it wasn't a serious injury. I don't know that I was expecting him to be back out there right away and miss 0 time, but that's how Cole Kmet rolls. So he had that whatever it was on his arm that he was getting checked out. It was wrapped, but he practiced and took a couple shots on that arm, it looked like, and bounced right back up. So no issues there with Cole Kmet. Very, very good sign. The worst, though, is that Kyler Gordon and Darnell Wright left practice today.
Not great.
Did not finish. I honestly didn't notice either of those. So hopefully nothing too serious, but honestly don't know at this point. Still, nonetheless, not great.
Ahead of the Dolphins, I will go next. My best, this is because now I'm in that left tackle competition. I was paying attention to Braxton, who got a bunch of first-team reps today, and on one of his blocks, he absolutely, in a non-physical day, just looked healthy to me. I mean, just smoked Dio Odangbo in front of him. Yep. So I know that Ozzie Trapillo is most likely going to be the starting left tackle. Certainly that's Greg's opinion, and I wouldn't even dispute it. But I think Braxton does look like he's getting healthier. The last practice he's getting involved in a bunch of fisticuffs, which to me signals a guy who's not afraid of just, that his body's feeling okay, all that. So, hey, bottom line, wherever he is, swing tackle, starting left tackle, healthy Braxton Jones is good for the Bears. I thought that was great. Another best for me today was Grady Jarrett and the interview that we have coming up for you. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And my worst is actually people think that Grady was coming at me in the press conference, and I'm getting on blessed by Braggs is asking me right when I walk in here. Hoge was concerned in the middle of the press conference.
For the record, I wasn't concerned about him being mad at you. I was concerned that you were wasting your questions.
I was just
when we were about to have him on CHGO.
I was just imagining it was like Ralph from The Simpsons where he starts to pee his pants a little bit, because that's not what happened.
No, that's not what happened. And Grady, I think you'll see in this upcoming interview that Grady and I'm going to say we're officially friends, because I got massive respect for that guy, and I hope that he appreciated the Carm hustle today. So anyway, people thinking that I was in the crosshairs of Grady, that hurt my heart today.
So they're the worst.
Yes,
that's what they're saying.
It was my opportunity to say that you're the worst, and I didn't think, because really, honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of bad out there today. A lot of just a kind of a nice warm up to what we'll see tomorrow, which is super exciting to finally see the Bears hit another team. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. You're right about that in terms of like trying to find out worse, but my best, you mentioned Kmet being healthy out there, talk about a guy that's tough as nails, and shows we've done with him the last couple of years where he talks about how he's never missed a game and how he's going to make sure he's out there every single time. Well, he's just been one of those guys the last 6 years with the Bears that kind of embodies the kind of toughness you want on your whole roster, right? And for him to come out there and have his helmet and his shells on with the rest of the team running those early warm-up drills, and you're not sure if he's going to play in team drills, and then there he is. First 11-on-11 team reps, there's Kmet lined up at tight end. And that sets a tone. That's somebody that's setting an example for a guy like Colston Loveland. And, you got to play through things sometimes. And so to hear that, or to see Kmet kind of set that example and go out there. And for me, one of the best plays of the day, Hoge, you're always talking about it. You want to see good offense versus good defense. You want to see, them trading punches in a healthy way. Well, there was one specific play in the day. It was a lighter practice, but they did kind of ramp up a few times in team drills. And at one point, Caleb Williams hit a seam throw to Kmet. It was a perfect throw. It was a good route by Cole, but it was better defense by, Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker, who was over the top on it. So Caleb had to kind of fit it through the honey hole. He couldn't put too much loft on it or Brisker's going to pick it off. And he had to have zip on it or Kevin Byard could jump in front of it. Well, luckily for Byard, he was able to get his arm out, but it was a perfect throw. Cole would have came down with it, but it would just so happen Caleb kind of joked in his
Caleb said he got lucky.
That he got lucky. I don't know if it's luck, but at the same time, you got to give Kevin Byard credit. But I just give everybody credit on that play because I just thought it was well executed on both sides. So that's my best. And my worst, we got a serious situation here. At the end of practice, Ben Johnson had the offense play defense and the defense play offense.
Okay, time out. I want to stop you for a second. What you're about to explain, we do not know.
Right.
Because you
guys were gone by then.
I thought there was an interception, which there obviously wasn't, which is what I told Hoge happened because that's what it looked like from our distance.
It is, but
you're incorrect.
So this was a new thing they did at the end of practice.
So it was pretty cool.
Go ahead.
You think practice is over. Ben Johnson brings everybody in the huddle.
That's why I thought practice was over.
Everybody kind of came in a circle, and that's when Ben delivers his final address of practice. But it wasn't this time. You could tell everybody started kind of chirping that Ben Johnson had something going on here. And everybody's kind of starting to yell at each other on each side of the ball. And some people are yelling, they're going to do the Oklahoma drill. I don't think so without Pat Time. But something was happening. And Ben Johnson's getting all these people lined up. Well, it turns out they put offensive personnel on the defensive side of the ball, and they put defensive personnel on the offensive side of the ball with Caleb Williams at quarterback. So you've got Tremaine Edmonds in the backfield as a running back.
Love it.
Caleb's trying to lead him, and he's motioning Tremaine Edmonds, pre-snap, and they run a play, and it goes to Nate McLeod, defensive back, who makes the catch for the first down. The coaches on the sidelines call it complete, call it first down, and the defense, who was playing offense, they go crazy. And now the offense the offensive guys who were playing defense, they now have to do up downs to finish practice. So like,
but Caleb didn't have to do them.
Nope. Caleb's he was quarterback for the defensive team. So he got to play, however, it's very confusing, but it was just cool to see that, kind of, all right, we're getting ready for Miami tomorrow. Honestly, as practice was going on, one of the Miami buses rolled in the middle of, I've never seen a charter bus, cutting through the training camp, with the fans walking there. Here comes one of the buses. And I know the Dolphins are there right now. So, they're getting ready for the Dolphins tomorrow. It's going to be a big day, but Ben finished with a little moment of levity where it created a little bit of competitiveness on both sides of the ball.
Steven clarifying it was push-ups, not up downs.
Yeah, it was push-ups. But that's
whatever. Okay. But that's my worst, is that if we ever have to depend on our offensive guys to play defense, we're in trouble. That's my worst for the day.
Well, it's so funny because from our vantage point, because they had already kind of sent us back to the media room, which today Dennis Allen was talking. Dennis Allen gets to the podium in 3 seconds. I don't know how he does it. So we were still on the fields, but we were standing on the far side with the entire team blocking us. So all we saw was Nate McLeod catch the ball. And Carman was immediately like, another Caleb interception.
Yeah, oh man, you're so lucky you didn't tweet that.
First of all, that's not how I said it. Hoge. Second of all, I'm like, what happened? I picked off for the last play practice. That was it. But listen, I actually think this is important on some level here, that Ben gets that having fun matters, and being creative and bringing some levity, and dudes walking off the practice, just having that little camaraderie moment. I think I think it's fantastic for the Bears that the coach is not a robot and has different ideas. To me, that matters.
Well, I mean, a lot of his stuff is such with intentionality, right? I talked about this with Briggs and Azuma. That's, I think, what you're noticing with the attention to detail.
Great show.
It's not just from that's right. Thank you. But it's not just with the playbook. It's with a lot of different things. Last Saturday, taking the team to the team hotel before Family Fest. I mean, let's just rewind the last 4 days. Family Fest. Then there's this competitiveness where after practice, he says, hey, it was sloppy and we need to be better or we're not going to win many games. Then Monday, he takes them to a beach. And then Tuesday, he has them ripping each other's heads off. And then Wednesday,
they're ripping each other's heads off.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday's an off day. Thursday, you come back, you think, okay, it's going to be super light. It wasn't. They ramped up more. I mean, there was a practice last week that was way lighter than this, and they finished it with a little fun thing. So it's like throwing the curveballs here to get them ready here and keeping them on their toes for Friday's joint practice.
Well, and I know that Bears fans love when I bring in Bulls analogies, but this is a little Phil Jackson-like. It's a little creative, outside the box Phil Jackson-y. So take that for your Bulls reference of the day.
Zen Master 2.0.
Zen Master 2.0.
Madden.
Ben Johnson. Little Joe Madden. Exactly. That's another good one too. Next thing you know, they're going to wear their
won
pads.
championships in this city.
Right. They'll wear their pads inside out, and they'll go to Great America and ride roller coasters.
So that's what is missing from Ben Johnson at this point, is he needs to grow the stash, the championship coach stash that you have to have in this city to win a championship.
Quenville.
Yeah.
Jackson, Dick.
It's got a little Ozzy too. Give me a little fun Ozzy Gann in here. Some honesty. Like it.
I do like the honesty. All right. Well, I guess in terms of what matters most, it's that they are ready to go for tomorrow.
That's what I was going to say. What matters most, they get to hit somebody else tomorrow. Bring it on, man.
All right. I'm just going to full transparency right here. Ben Johnson is going to be on Hogan Johns. At this exact moment, I don't know when it's going to debut, but the interview's already been done. Okay. And the reason I have to say this is because we also mentioned it in the Grady Jarrett interview, which is coming up. So full transparency, Ben Johnson on Hogan Johns. The reason I bring that up.
Ben Johnson is in Hoge's backyard right now.
He is.
Ben Johnson loves Hoge and Johns, and also Carman, Braggs, and Briggs. And Jake Flanagan.
Just stop talking.
Why do you do that?
Well, I don't know where you're going.
What I'm going with is in that interview, you're going to hear a pretty deep explanation and conversation on exactly why this week has played out the way it has. In terms of what they did on Tuesday in that practice, why it was so important, and kind of how it sets up what they want to be tomorrow against Miami. And Grady gets into it too later with us. So we're going to air it in probably about 15 minutes with you guys when we sat down with them today. just like you could tell his like juices are already flowing. Like they feel like they have something to prove tomorrow against Miami. So I'll just say it. Like tomorrow feels like a big day. It feels to me more important than the preseason game on Sunday. And I'll be disappointed if the Bears don't come out tomorrow and kind of set the tone. And I don't know if it necessarily means like, yeah, I'd say it. They should look like the better team tomorrow, I feel like, just with the way this week's set up. And I think that's what Ben Johnson's hoping for. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world. You could probably argue that maybe the Dolphins are a better team than the Bears overall at this point, although I think you can argue it the other way too. But it's an interesting conversation to have. Next week against the Buffalo Bills, a little bit different. I think we can understand that. But with the way this week's gone, I think we all want to see the Bears come out and at least set the tone with being physical tomorrow against Miami.
Well, we definitely hope to see that they set the tone and they're the better team tomorrow. But I also just think tomorrow is what we find out exactly where this team is at. For like the first true litmus test of like understanding, because there's been a lot of different things that have happened in the last 2 weeks. Defense won the first week, offense started to pick it up, and the defense, won Family Fest. And then Tuesday there was just this, knockdown drag out fight between both sides of the ball. You've had a lot of delay of games, you've had false starts, you've had bad snaps. There's been great things where you're seeing Caleb, really start to extend the ball downfield in different times. And the run game looks like it's pretty impressive at times. Kyle Monungai, these rookies, Ozzie Trapillo. There's so many different things we can take away from each practice. But tomorrow is the first time we're going to see, okay, this is exactly where they are. So, yes, I want them to win the day. But if they don't, it's not the end of the world. It's more about, okay, this is where they are and this is where they need to get before week 1.
You don't have to temper it. If they lose the day, it's going to suck because they have a long way to go. But that's fine. But it'd be greater. It'd be better if they kick their ass tomorrow.
Of course it'd be better. And they're on their home turf. The Dolphins just flew in and then just took charter buses over here to try to get a walkthrough today, whereas the Bears got a full practice in today. So yes, from that standpoint, they should feel more comfortable and ready to go tomorrow morning. But it's one day of practice, so it's going to be exciting. But we also doesn't have to be grandiose takeaways for the projections of what the season is going to be.
Yeah, if they lose tomorrow, season's over.
What time you get in there, Greg? 7:30, 8?
I'll be at the mall parking lot at 8 a.m.
There it is.
I'm sure 7:30, 8 a.m.
That's not early enough.
That's
not disappointing.
Just calm down, you two.
Meet you for pregame breakfast at 6.
We'll take a quick time out here. We have Caleb Williams audio coming up. Some interesting stuff from his press conference today ahead of the Dolphins practice tomorrow. And as I mentioned before, Grady Jarrett joins us in a little bit as well. But first,
whatever the moment, it is never ordinary at Bet365. If I told you about the MLB early payout offer, yes, you're going to like it. You're a winner if your team goes up by 5 runs or more. With an instant payout on straight bets, parlay selections marked as winners, you download the app and use the code CHGO365 when you sign up. Perhaps, those Cubbies will continue to go up by 5. Maybe the White Sox will get hot again. And breaking news from Bet365, new customers, you now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. So you sign up, use that code CHGO365, deposit $10, place a bet $5, and you get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, players, props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. You do have to be 21 or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER in-app only.
That's right. I want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Arena Club. These guys are great, and they're changing the hobby with their transparent slab packs and no-fee auctions. If you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or rip open a pack of cards, Arena Club is the place for you. Checking out those slab packs. We've been ripping them open every single week here on CHGO Bears. It's a lot of fun, and it makes it easy to collect the cards you love. Get authentic graded cards instantly on Arena Club. You decide, hold, sell, or have it shipped to you directly. And from your digital showroom, you can trade, sell, or auction, or retrieve your physical card from Arena Club. Yes, the packs are digital, but the cards are real, and that is what it's all about with Arena Club. They are a lot of fun to work with, and we appreciate them. So right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/CHGO, and make sure you use the code CHGO Arena Club. Go get them.
All right, keeping things rolling here on CHGO. Big show for us. Hope you're enjoying it. Please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. Grady Jarrett, a really good. I can say this with 100% certainty that when this interview's over, that you hear, Bears fans are just gonna love this dude. I think I said it in the interview. I think I told him it straight up because it's exactly the type of player that Bears fans gravitate towards. So, please stay tuned for that. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe. We're here every day. There's a Bears practice. We recap it for you. Tomorrow's going to be great. Not only are we going to be at the Dolphins joint practice, but we got an awesome show for you at American Place Casino with Circus Sports Book immediately following. So you can come out and hang out with us tomorrow night, 5 to 7 p.m. in Waukegan at American Place Casino. And we should also mention, because this just got dropped on us this morning, which I did not know. There's been so much demand for the diehards deal that some people that maybe didn't get in July when we had the new introductory Hogan Johns offer, kind of bringing it back. I say kind of because it's back to $36. As far as I know, you can't get the hat. So sorry if you missed out on that. But that introductory limited edition Hogan Johns shirt still available. Ooh. So you can still get in. There's a training camp special. If you missed out on it, sign up now. It's $36 for your first year. You can scan that QR code. Now, the big difference here is this is kind of going back to what we've always had here at CHGO, where you can pick your first shirt. That's free. So you don't have to pick that shirt. It's just still available. So we're telling you that you can pick any CHGO shirt. Then you get 20% off all merch going forward, 20% off all events, including our golf outing coming up in a couple weeks. So you don't want to miss that. All right. Enough of that business. We got Caleb to play for you. We got a bunch of different things to address. Let's start, Steven, with the beginning of the press conference on that video that blew up, that viral video that went national, because that's how this press conference started. I think it was, I don't know if we needed to start the press conference with that, but we did. And I liked how Caleb handled it. So here's that exchange with Caleb Williams.
So there's this video. And I think
it's
some
hilarious.
Yeah, some national places I think
they blew it up, and it is what it is.
What happened in the video?
Yeah, so it's a quick deliver drill. So you catch it. You're not trying to get the laces or anything. It's not like you're going through reads, and it's just catch, deliver, and try and deliver to the bottom left corner. And we're trying to aim as if it's a screen, and so. It's a competition between us and the guys, and so how fast you can get it out, how accurate you can get it out, and they just so happen to blow that one up and not any other one. So it's a fun drill to work on, accuracy, not using the laces, and also just being getting your feet up under you and working those throws.
So when people say it's some indication of what's happening to you at camp, what do you say about that?
I just laugh at it. It's I look at them and I laugh at them as always. We're out here working. We're getting after it. We're competing, and that's one of the drills that we were competing. And we actually have a rule in our QB room is that if you miss the board, you have to do something funny or something like that, or miss the net. You have to do something funny. So we've had some competition, in those areas also. So it's just something fun, something competitive. And I was competing, and it was I missed it, and it was a fake anger that I had that I showed because. That's what you're competing with your friends, and something like that happens. You give a little, maybe a little. A few words that you may say or choice words after losing to your buddies.
So the whole thing, by the way, just bugs me. That it's just the fishbowl that they live under.
Yeah,
is really intense. Dudes throwing against the net in practice, and and somebody videos it, and now it's talked about in all the national shows, and now here comes Pat Finley, and he's got to spend 1:40 trying to explain and call it a fake anger or whatever it is. Oh, no, you were angry, but it was like a fun anger or whatever. You'd rather win the drill than lose the drill. It's just to me, it all it does is just so underline how bright the spotlight is for these guys. Then it can't be easy, honestly.
Well, but the fake anger thing, I totally get. It's like if we were playing golf and we missed the putt on 18 to win the thing. It's like
you'd be really angry.
not really angry though. It's like,
Right.
buddy,
It's-
you're like,
yeah.
It's not an indictment on how I handle myself on the golf course.
Of
Right.
course.
Which is what people turn this into. It's an indictment on Caleb.
Well, that's what
how
happened.
he can't control his emotions, which is complete
because
BS.
somebody
Yeah.
phrased it as a temper tantrum, which
It's just
is like,
ridiculous.
yeah, that is like taking it a step too far, and
Right.
that's where it's just one of those things. Like the training camp nowadays, gone are the days when I started doing video in 2018 at camp. And I no longer do those.
You
very much.
used to do video at training
I
camp?
did, and it was a
Wow.
good time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. No, but back then, 8 years ago, or even 15, I used to put them up like 15, 20 years ago. Brandon Marshall catching a one-handed pass. Like back then, people really just wanted the hype tweets. People wanted the fun, positive. Look at this bomb. I remember Kevin White had a huge bomb down the sidelines, and like
Guarantee you said he's going to be the next big thing.
people ate it up. It was a great play. But then something turned in the last few years where now, and Kyle Brand, I thought, said it perfectly. I don't know if he had a 3-minute rant. I don't know if you had an opportunity to watch it, but he's like, now it's become like bloodthirst to find these clips where they have their worst moment of practice. And that's all it is one little moment. And sometimes it's something as innocuous as just throwing at a net that doesn't even matter. But then it just gets spread like wildfire. And then it becomes something that is narrative driven of, makes a representation of how the player is progressing during camp. It's stupid, but that is like part of the machine that is training camp content. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. We don't have to keep hashing it out, but I just a quick shout out to Johnsy, because Johns did a great job on our episode earlier this week of explaining exactly what that drill was. And it sounded exactly what Caleb just said in that cut.
Right. Getting the ball out as fast as possible. Don't even use the laces, all those things.
Yeah. So whatever. All right, let's get into the next Caleb clip, because we're up against it here. But Herb Howard, I thought, asked a great question about something that happened in Tuesday's practice, and I thought Caleb gave a great answer. So the question's in here, the answer's in here, and we'll let you listen.
Back to Tuesday on the 4-minute drill, y'all was running at the end, trying to kill it with 2:24 to go.
Yep.
Obviously, it didn't go how y'all wanted to go, but on the bootleg, when you booted out to your left,
Yep.
is there a coaching point to maybe take that check down right there, considering want to keep the clock rolling?
Yeah. So it's actually what happened is we got the flag, and that may or may not happen, and so. When it ended up being, the third down and 20 or so after the flag, it's actually the flat was covered by the corner. Rome was covered by the safety, and then Tremaine, we had a little window, but Tremaine ended up closing the window, and DJ batted the ball down. So instead, in that situation, it should be me sliding and taking the sack, is what you call it, but sliding just to keep the clock rolling. And I mentally was not. I wasn't on the same page as Ben with that situation when he called a play, and he called a pass play, and so I thought I had the free reins in that sense to be able to throw it in any situation, but I was wrong, and coaching point.
I think y'all have to grow in terms of trusting each other.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things that we kind of talked about after we had that situation. Is like when it's time, the ball will be in your hands, and I got to trust you, and you got to trust me. And so when I call something like that, you got to be on the same page, and that's what we're working towards every day. Is being on the same page. All good.
Love it, man. I was confused in the moment too. Just to kind of it was set up pretty good in the question, but they were basically running 4-minute offense. So you have the lead, you're trying to kill the clock is what was going on. And they got backed up because of a penalty. It was 3rd and 20, as Caleb said. And I was like, damn, Ben's calling a pass here. Like, we know this guy's going to be aggressive, but this is a little crazy. And it ended up being incomplete. And I was like, man, if that happened in a game,
Wouldn't look
that'd be
good.
questionable. But this is a great moment for everyone to think about, because in that moment, if that happened in a game, week 1 against the Vikings, and then the Vikings went down the field, scored, won the game, Ben Johnson would be killed for it. Turns out, as Caleb did a great job explaining there was a plan in there. There was a built-in escape hatch, which was you slide, you take the sack, clock runs, or you force the other team to take a timeout there. And that's the part he missed. The part there that he missed was he shouldn't have tried to force the ball in there, because now you got an incomplete clock stop. He was supposed to slide and take the sack, and then the clock would have ran. So good observation by Herb. I was wondering about it in the moment too, and I appreciate Caleb explaining exactly what happened there and saying, I got to know what I'm supposed to be doing there.
Brings you back to the end of the Bears-Lions game on Thanksgiving when Ben Johnson was standing on the other sideline. When from an operation standpoint, it's 3rd down. Do you take the stop? Because now it's 4th down and long, or you try to take the 2 plays or go for the 1 for the touchdown. It's those little details and those critical moments that you got to have a forward-thinking head coach and a quarterback that's on the same page.
Well, one, I like that Ben called that play just to see what would happen if there is a coaching point there. And then there was. What I really like about the whole thing is that Caleb was able to detail it back to you. This happened a couple of days ago. And when you're talking about elite level competitors who are able to perform at an elite level, their recall tends to be borderline. Just how does he remember that? And he had the details down on that play very well. So to me, that was very encouraging that he was able to recall. Rome was here. He outlined the whole thing for you. So that was impressive to me. He understood the coaching point as well. And he says, as he put at the end, all good.
The details, right? And then I think the other thing too, this happened on Family Fest, but this I think goes along these lines a little bit from a clock management standpoint. I'm really looking forward to potentially seeing a coach that really has a good holding on true clock management. So right there, understanding I got to get my quarterback to slide because of the clock, keep it running. And then in Family Fest, when they took a couple delay of games, Ben Johnson said after that practice, I'm not taking a timeout there. And so I've been waiting for the day for a head coach to value his timeouts and keep those in his pocket, because sometimes a 5-yard penalty is less important than that timeout you need at the end of a half or the end of a game.
Yeah. All right. So obviously, speaks to Caleb and Ben still trying to get on the same page with things. Another example here, not the end of the world. You want the stuff to get hammered out in August so they don't become an issue on Thanksgiving on national television. Caleb, getting on the same page as Ben Johnson. Here's that cut.
It takes time. And that's one of the things that I've been a little less patient about, just because we, like we spoke about, is, we're a race. We're on a marathon, we're on a track, and we're trying to get after it. So something I've been pushing, I've been trying to, push the envelope on myself to be able to gain that knowledge, be able to gain exactly where he wants me to be, and exactly in the right time. And, even in practice, if we mess up, or if it's, we hit on it, or it's exactly how we want it, it's still all learning.
I just like the fact that he said it's going to take time, and he's sort of living in reality here that, it ain't going to be overnight. That doesn't mean they can't win week 1. You're
right.
Well,
and I'll preview it. Ben pretty much said the same thing on the interview that we're going to have on Hogan Johns. It's just reality.
Right.
And anybody expecting anything different is
it's just one of those things where the Detroit Lions, you bring in Ben Johnson from a team that scored 70 touchdowns last year, one of the most prolific offenses, if not the most prolific offense in all the NFL. But you also took 4 years with Ben Johnson in Detroit to get there, with a quarterback that was already in his 6th year in the league when he started there 4 years ago with Detroit. This is a totally different thing they're attacking, where you're a 2nd-year quarterback, 1st-year offense, everything's new. It's going to take years to get to what the Lions did. That doesn't mean they can't win games, but what our end result dreams are is going to take years, plural, and then it's going to require meatballs like me to actually have the actual patience for that to occur.
You can do
it's going to take years on the quarterback head coach end of it. Doesn't mean Bears can't win.
No, and you already heard
Super Bowl.
Well, you already heard Ben say that he looked back on his training camps from a few years ago, and he's said that this has been a much more complex installation of an offense than when he first started with Detroit. Because I also think the personnel is a little better than when he first started with Detroit.
All right, we got to take a break here. We will, but that's the meat and potatoes of what Caleb Williams had to say today. I thought it was a good press conference. I like how he handles these things. Like this is not the first time he's dealt with some weird viral video. It tends to happen all the time with him. It seems like there's just a segment of the population, for whatever reason, that wants to jump on this kid. So this is just the latest example.
And to Caleb's credit, I mean, he comes in there every week when he's talking, how you doing, everybody? He's not grumbling up to the podium like, I don't know, some quarterbacks that are out there doing crazy things nowadays that used to do. That's what I'm talking about. You, Cuddy. He comes in and he's very professional.
All right, we'll take our last time out of the show. When we come back, that Grady Jarrett interview we've been teasing. It's really, really good. Don't go anywhere. But first, hey, finances can be messy. They can be confusing. Monarch Money is what you need because Monarch Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. Look, this is more than your average budgeting app. Monarch Money is a complete financial command center for all your accounts, investments, and goals. You can categorize everything, just like Greg needs to categorize his golf expenses. There's one category right there. You can customize it however you want, create new categories, and it keeps everything nice and simple for you so you know what you're really spending your money on. So don't just manage your money. Start building wealth with 50% off your first year. That's for our listeners here at CHGO. And again, Wall Street Journal named this the best budgeting app of 2025. So this is a good one. Get control of your overall finances with Monarch Money. Use code CHGO at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code CHGO.
And shout out to our friends at Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. They've been serving the Chicagoland area for over 50 years. Go get that air conditioning checked out. Still going to be hot out there for a little while. Four Seasons experts ready to help you with the AC installation, maintenance, and repair. Schedule yourselves an AC tune-up today. Save $50, Gregory, and enjoy a 1-year no breakdown guarantee. By the way, you can get a $4,000 new comfort system with Four Seasons. New AC units, $39. AC furnace combos. Think about winter coming around the corner. $57 a month for that. Your trusted local experts are Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money savings coupons. That's Four Seasons Heatingcooling.com. Call 866-4
Seasons.
fourseasonsheatingcooling.com.
All right, back here on CHGO. Got a big guest on today's show. I was excited to talk to this guy. This was right after he got mad at Carman in the press conference.
Did not get mad at Carm. I gave him an opportunity to make a point of what a professional he is. He's not doing anything for anybody.
Honestly, I peed my pants for you when he turned it on.
I didn't. And believe me, I am somebody that does pee in my pants when people get mad at me. But I just looked right at him as it went on because I felt like we were on the level. Maybe we weren't, but in my mind,
by the time I got in the other room where we recorded this interview that you guys are about to watch or listen to, depending on how you're consuming this great show, please hit the like button, subscribe to your podcast too. We appreciate you.
We were buddies.
You guys were already buddies by the time I walked in there, so it really wasn't that big of a
passionate.
That's right.
And I think the answer he gave you, while it did feel like he was turning a switch up on you, like turning the notch up, I think that he just is very passionate, and he wanted to convey that in that moment.
He was also passionate in this interview. Grady Jarrett joining us here on CHGO Bears. Grady Jarrett sitting down with us here on CHGO. I'll just be honest, man. I admire your game. I think since the point you were drafted.
Thank you, man.
So, when Bears went out and signed you, just seemed like a perfect fit for where this team's at, maybe where you're at in your career too. Just what's it been like so far joining this defense?
Man, it's been amazing joining this defense, joining this team. I think the opportunity definitely arose at a wonderful time in my career. I was kind of at a cross point where I was at, and then but having the opportunity to be a part of something that was special, be a start of something, with Coach Johnson coming here. So me being able to be an integral part of, just a start of a historic organization, I couldn't pass the opportunity up, And so I'm super, super excited to be here. It's been amazing. It's been a lot of hard work. Yeah. But it's been invigorating, like a new fire in me. And it's been pulling out the best challenge in me personally. You know what I'm saying? Just to be my best and to never get comfortable. And so I'm super excited. I'm having the most fun I've had, and working hard as I have. So it's been amazing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. You set the table day one. We talked to you here at the start of training camp. You're going balls to the wall every day. That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's what we've seen.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that mentality that you have has matched what the coaches have put out there? Because from our perspective, that practice on Tuesday is the most physical practice we've seen here. I've been covering the team 15 years. That was the most physical practice. I'm curious where that ranked in your career in terms of training camp.
I think it ranked number 1 for sure, especially in training camp with the intensity, the intent to taking to touch the ground. But you know what? I was just talking to my family the other day about it. I'm like, you know what? Because it gives me, playing a lot of football, the confidence going into a game. Like, it's not about to be my first time tackling come game 1. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be my first time really having to go against full-fledged blocking schemes come game 1. So by the time certain teams, we warming up through filling out the season, we got to be ready fast. You know what I'm saying? We coming out the gate strong, and he really setting the tone and letting us know, this gonna be what it takes. But the great part about it is we answering the call, as a whole team, and I think we enjoying it. We enjoying the challenge, because it is different and uncomfortable for a lot of people that's been playing a lot of football. But as when you're challenged, sometimes you don't know what's in you till it's pulled up out of you, and I think that's what you're seeing, and I think it definitely gonna pay dividends.
So I think one thing that Bears fans are getting excited about is that Ben was this offensive guru coming in here, but how would he be in front of the room? And maybe you can underline what you see. Like, I'm hearing direct to the point. Like, he actually has it. He's never even been a head coach, and we haven't. Week 1, like to be doing that already, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, super impressive, man. And like you say, man, sometimes it got to be in you, man. He got that dog in him, man, and we feel it, and it's transcending across the whole team. It's transcending across the whole team between him, Coach Allen. It's been amazing. For me anyway, I've been enjoying the challenge, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's definitely guys are really buying in and just forcing people to put their best foot forward every day, because, the enemy of greatness is comfort, and it can't, nothing is going to be given to anybody. And so you got to earn it every day. And so when you got guys like myself and multiple other guys, vets that's been played a lot of football, putting their best foot forward every day, earning it every day, show the rest of the team nothing is given. And that's going to take us really far.
Can you rewind back to here you are, a free agent, and the Bears are calling, and okay, this team won 5 games last year. Like, how did you get comfortable? And you're towards the end of your career, at least. Like, I want to win now. What made you comfortable about Chicago? Did Ben have anything to do with that?
Without a doubt, he definitely did. And also for me, as a personal standpoint, knowing where the part I was at in my career, and knowing that the message I need to send for my personal legacy is I don't want to go sit here and go join a team and go ring chase and give the sign that I'm trying to get a farewell thing on my way out. I still got so much fire in me. I want to be a part of something special where I can put that work in every day and really earn, change, be a part of something change and be a part of something long lasting. And that was important to me. And I expressed that to them when I had the opportunity to talk and to really, and also I had to let, them know that I was far off from that place, being an established veteran who had a lot of success. I'm far from comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I lived my life, my hometown, my team. You know what I'm saying? Right. Face of the program. Yeah. To answer the call, and the call is to be here. You know what I'm saying? And to be a part of something special that Chicago going on, for me to be a part of an amazing history that's about to go down. I can't pass that up.
You got a fist pound on that, because that's a dog. Like the ring chasing them, what does that prove? Yeah, what you're doing proves it. Yeah. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, man, it's awesome. It's awesome, and it's like I say, it's giving me, new fire, new something. It just my message is, no matter how good or bad life go, man, you can never get too comfortable, man. You can never feel like, I done did this, I done did that. You get entitled, stuff like that. I can't stand entitlement, stuff like that. I couldn't think of a bigger message, to teach my family, my son, no matter how much success, you have, you always got to work. You always got to chase purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can have all this stuff, you can do, you can wake up, do it, go anywhere you want to do in the world. But if you ain't got no purpose, no passion, you can fall into a hole, get depressed, all that stuff. Yeah. So when my body able to play football at a high level, I want to go make something, make it count.
I love it. Plant that flag and chase it.
Yes, sir.
Direction.
That's a great message. Yeah. Now look, in Atlanta, you got to practice against some pretty good offensive linemen. Obviously, the Bears, they redid the inside of their offensive line. They brought one of your guys over from Atlanta too, Drew.
Sure.
What have you seen so far going up against these guys every day?
That they fit the bill, man. They fit the bill. They for real. Yeah, but I played against them a lot. I played Jonah, played Joe. Obviously practiced against Drew a lot, but I mean that combination of guys is going to be special, man. I think, and also with the tackles that we got, playing some of these double teams with Darnell Wright coming down on your hip to get you right. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a really fun challenge, and like I said in the presser, man, it's just I couldn't have a better group of guys to go against. That could see their coach coaching them hard every day, and I know they're coming after me, and it just make me put my best foot forward every day. You know what I'm saying? So it go back and forth, man. It go back and forth. It's a heavyweight boxing match every day.
How about some of your defensive line teammates? In particular, I want to ask you about Javon Dexter because he's in year 3 now. He stood out to me a little bit here in camp. I don't know if it's just new defense, him having another year in the NFL and being ready for it, whatever. But what have you seen from him so far?
I think it's a little combination of everything. Like you said, the defense allowing him to show some of his strong points and his skill, but also having more confidence as a pro and knowing what to do and the work that he done put in the off season. Every time I seen him, talk to him, checked in, he was putting in work some kind, some way, and he just wanted, man. He wanted, and he willing to do whatever it take to get it. Whatever it is, he chasing his best. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just here as obviously a guy to try to continue to push him. But the better I do, it's gonna be the better for him. The better he do, gonna be the better for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being productive on the field. But I mean, he's a guy who just he know what he wants, and that's impressive to see from a young player. And I just think I continue to say this. I think the sky's the limit for him, but he gotta want it the most. You know what I'm saying? And he just putting his best foot forward every day.
Dreaming it big for you guys this year. I'm thinking that maybe the offense hits the ground running week 1, scoring 30 points. But if not, I'm thinking maybe the defense carries you guys for a little while. Do you feel like, okay, hey, this defense is coming together? Point like if we need to win games early on that side of the ball, we can do it. Absolutely.
It's going to be days where we got to step up and we're going to have to win the games. There's going to be days, in this league with just high-powered offenses that we're going to have to outscore some people. Yeah. But the beautiful part about it is that we built for it. However it got to go. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't playing to just etch teams out. We talked about in the spring. Our goal is to really physically, mentally beat our opponent, down, and that's why we work the way we work, train the way we train, and we're not scared and we're not hiding from it. And so that's the most exciting part about the standard that's been set here with Ben leading the way, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
I saw you smoke the dummy thing. I mean, it was like, you crushed that. I'm like,
everything we do, we hit stuff.
It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. That's who you want on your team right there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
One more for me on that exact. So Ben told us in a separate interview we did that was supposed to be one live period on Tuesday. And then it just kind of turned into.
Once you let them dogs off the leash, man. But you rather say hold up versus go get them.
Yeah.
And that's what he got, a team full of hold up. Yeah. So I think once guys got the green light that he wanted us to take it up another notch, they answered the call really well. And sometimes you just got to see if people got it in them. You know what I'm saying? And I know we got a lot of guys that's made the right way. And I think the personality traits, more than the skill that some guys got, is going to do better for us in the long haul. You know what I'm saying? So we got guys full of grit, want to work hard, want to achieve high things, and also gonna fight for it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited for us to go out here tomorrow against the Dolphins, man, and really tear them up. You know what I'm saying? Like from that's the standard. Like we really not pitying around, hoping we do good, showing up like I hope it's a good day. We showing up ready to work, and the results gonna take care of itself. But with the work we put in, it's going to be in our favor.
Let me tell you, you got a fan base here in Chicago that's hungry for exactly what you are talking about.
Yeah.
So when you put that on display, they're going to love you guys.
Yeah. No doubt. And last one here, because nobody does this alone. I'm just curious, your mentality. Who we shouting out who pointed you in the right direction, that you've got this level of leadership and focus? Somebody deserves some credit somewhere.
Yeah, man. It's a collective of people, man. But everything starts inside the home. So I definitely got to always shout out my mother, man. She definitely challenged us, but me in particular, a lot growing up. Just always putting your best foot forward and always just being like what she called undeniable. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that I was not a highly recruited guy, drafted lower than I was projected to be, and just just keep showing up, just keep being undeniable, stuff like that. But also a collective group of really great men that were really done really well for themselves in life, that has poured into me. Dabo Swinney, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. I mean, it's been a lot of people that's been the best at what they do. I've had the opportunity to learn from. And so that's been my standard, you know what I'm saying? So, and also playing like just with guys who've been, you know, doing well for a really long time, and the best never are satisfied. You know, the best always trying to get better, you know, and you know, something about them where you just never arrive, you know. And so that's kind of something that definitely just something that's poured into my mentality. And then my own trials and tribulations, like going through hardships, you know what I'm saying, overcoming every time, trying to, you know, find a way to, you know, continue to get better, and just and also, you know, my faith, man, just having strong faith and knowing that the best is always yet to come. You know, no matter how it go, no matter how it look, you just got to keep pressing. I love it.
Grady Jarrett, how can you not love this guy? I appreciate it, man. It
Yes,
was
sir.
nice talking to you.
Thank y'all for the time, for sure.
Thanks.
Yes,
Have a great
sir.
year.
Appreciate it.
That's right. I went dap, Carm went handshake.
Yeah, he deserved a formal "you're awesome" handshake, and shout out
Handshake.
shout out to Lisa Jarrett, his mom, who goes by Mama Jarrett on Instagram. Got 37,000 followers. Mother, leader, mentor, speaker. I strive to inspire those around me. Mom to Grady Jarrett.
Love it.
That's a woman. Let's go. Mom knows best.
Shout out to moms everywhere. Moms are the best.
Yep.
Hit that like button. Hit subscribe if for some reason you're just tuning in right now. You're not subscribed. We appreciate it. But I enjoyed that interview a lot. I made this very clear when they signed Grady Jarrett. I mean, age. He's going in year 11. All that aside, coming off an injury from a couple of years ago, but I think there's a lot of people think he'll be stronger this year than last year. I get all of it. I'm not saying there's no risk involved, but that dude, that type of mentality. That type of guy who yesterday in on Tuesday in year 11 of his career, he just said it in that interview. That's the toughest practice, most physical practice he's ever been a part of. Didn't see him backing off at all.
Nope.
And most of those guys, I think a sign of what I would be really encouraged about if I'm Ben Johnson is that you can get a team kind of moping about, oh, I thought we were only doing one live period. Letting their own foot off the gas. That was the opposite of what we saw. And when you have leaders like Grady Jarrett that are kind of leading the way out there, or, you know, Cole Kmet, I realized he had to leave that practice earlier because he had an injury, but he's right back out there the next practice. Like, that's the sign that this stuff is actually starting to work and come through.
Yeah. And Chris 518 in the comments, between that interview and the Beijing interview, I feel a lot better about this team. And I don't want to say that Grady just passed Tyson as my current favorite Bear, but he got himself in the team photo there with that conversation. That is a winner right there. Winner.
Yeah, I just think overall this team is getting to a place where they have. I mean, last year we just talked about it from a leadership standpoint, how much they were lacking in the locker room and in the coaching staff, and now you've added these guys. You know, Joe Tooney as well. And you had this coaching staff, you know, with Antoine Randall. I mean, I don't even know if we talked about it on our Family Fest breakdown show, but they let Antoine Randall get on the mic before practice started. And he got the whole crowd hyped up and had them all do the, like a football team, like, give me one clap, then two clap. And he had the whole stadium doing it.
That's
like,
cool.
In unison. And like, you know, he's born and raised Chicago, right? He played high school basketball against some of the greatest to ever play high school basketball here in the city, you know, then went on to be drafted by the Cubs and, you know, throw a touchdown, play quarterback in college, play wide receiver in the NFL, throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl, you know, be on the line staff, now to come back to Chicago and got the whole stadium clapping and one. You got all these different players. I just think they're on the right track of cultivating a locker room that was missing a lot of different things last year.
He does reek a head coach at some point in his career. Watching him every day in practice, the way he leads the wide receivers, it's fun to watch, man. He's got a lot of energy and a lot of focus. And he fires the ball too. That QB arm is real.
I'm always impressed that one drill they do where they have the dummies in the way and they do like the tight window where they can't see. Like, it's like they hit, like he's ripping those things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes off the face of would-be Bears receivers. It's happened
Or
more than
would-
once.
Or would be not Bears
But
receivers.
that's the point
right.
of the, but that's the point of the drill,
Future-
right? That's the point of the drill. It's like, but instead it's not Caleb, so they don't take it and turn it into some national narrative and Colin Coward's, making big old whoop about it, and
Yeah.
stirring the pot.
All I know is if I ran that drill, there's a 58% chance that ball would go right off my face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can we reenact
all
it?
of us.
We might
Can
have.
we reenact it? I'll let you throw the ball.
Yeah,
Greg.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I gotta get my eyes ready. I really.
All right. Hey, Stevens, let me know we are 58 subscribers away from 87,000. So if you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Maybe we can get there by the end of this show.
We should start taking bets on when we're gonna hit 100K.
I know.
Like at this point, I think it's gonna be like early November.
Oh, before that,
Before that,
I think so.
wow,
When the Bears are 7-0,
that's fair.
Bears.
That's fair.
Bears.
come on. I don't get it up there. So appreciate everybody. Get those subscriber numbers up there. We appreciate your support. We're gonna bring you. Look, today was a big day. We had the Grady Jarrett interview. I told you the Ben Johnson interview is coming on Hogan John's. Just not quite sure when that's going to drop yet, but stay tuned for that. That's over on the Hogan John's YouTube channel, so please subscribe there as well. Good written content today. Johnsy and I gave our first impressions of this rookie class and another practice report coming your way as well. So we got you covered all the time. Become a diehard. Hit that like button. Thank you very much for all the support. We should get to supers if we have them.
Well, a couple shout outs too in the old post super chat here. Let's get to the supers first. Follow Hogue, Carm. Let's go.
You just talk to yourself.
I did.
Does
Okay.
that thing?
I
He does
did.
it.
I did.
Stingray him $5. Hot take: these historically physical live session practices are causing all the injuries and potentially compounding fatigue down the road.
When you're saying all the injuries, they're not having historically to the Bears in camp. Do you remember last year with Matt Eberflus? The whole team was injured. So
Yeah.
knock on wood, but it hasn't been like that.
Yeah, and didn't you said while we were running that interview, Big said that Darnell Wright's injury's
Yeah,
okay. Like
Yeah.
that's not a big
minor
deal.
collarbone, like
Okay.
contusion type of thing.
Not sure what happened with Kyler Gordon today, or if anything's out on that yet. Obviously Cole was able to return, and Roshan was the surprising one today, mainly because he talked to us after practice on Tuesday.
So that's exactly what one of the amazing fans who came out today, like, do you know what's up with Roshan? I'm like, I don't. And it's confusing because normally when you get hurt, you don't speak to the media like he did the other day.
And they called it a foot injury.
The old foot.
So I'm not sure. I don't know, but I know he took a beating in that practice on Tuesday. So
I'm just gonna say it.
Uh-oh.
I don't like saying Ray Kim.
I
I don't.
I thought you were going to say what I was
don't.
going to say, which was
Every time a super chat comes in from Sangray Kim, I end up feeling worse after we read it.
Sangray, that's on Greg, not on you.
No, I don't like it.
You apologize to Sangray.
well. Every time Crystal sends one in, though, I feel better, and she was
Balance. Life's about balance.
Yeah, she was out of practice today. It was good to see her. $10 super chat. Great interview, guys. Amazing coverage as always. Keep up the great work. Great seeing everyone at camp. See you guys tomorrow. Always bear down.
Back to back Crystal. That's what I'm talking about here. I believe she's coming out to Circus Sports tomorrow night in Waukegan. Come on out free.
Good way to spend your Friday if you can pull it off. And if you're upset you didn't get tickets, then you should come to American Place Casino a little bit later on and hang out with us. We'll make it all better.
Please come out to America Star Casino.
America. Dougie Fresh with $2. Low key Carm wants TB7 to start.
17. Don't ever do TB7 again. That's embarrassing for you. And Dougie Fresh, I'm really not low key about it in any way, shape, or form.
No,
but
you're not.
I just live in the reality that Caleb better be great because that's the plan here. But I'm excited to see 17 started in this NFL. I made major bets last night with my guy Nick Wright. I've got futures on Bajan all over the place here. So that's right. Money where the mouth is.
They got Bajan futures on Circo?
No,
On
I've got
Circus
Bajan
Sports
futures. Well, Circus should do that too. But this was just I just was watching videos last night, catching up on everything, and I called Nick and screamed at him. So it was fun.
Oh, because he addressed the viral video. I saw that.
Yeah.
Did you tell him he's better than that?
I told him lots of things. It was and he hung up. It was a good combo.
Oh, it's like when you talk to me.
It wasn't that bad.
Let's see.
Pidgey.
Through the supers. A couple shout outs we got to mention. Keenan Allen signed back with the Chargers. No surprise there. It seemed like to me when he left the team at the end of last year, it was either he was going to be back with the Bears, which quickly became evident that was not happening, or going back to LA. So he's back in LA.
I was talking to some people.
His final play was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on a football field.
When he threw the ball. And the total effort throw. That was total. Screw it. I'm throwing it anyway.
Never laughed so hard at something that was so embarrassing for the team I love, but it was just so funny.
I think there was some laughter in the press box at Lambeau.
I've heard a strong rumor that Allen spent the offseason looking for some guru who could give him a pill so he could forget that he ever was in Chicago, and he was able to find it, and now he's back with the Chargers.
All right. And a quick shout out to, I think we're just going to wrap up the show here, Steven. So a quick shout out to Dave Ennett, who's officially retiring as a WGN radio morning sports anchor. He's been doing it for roughly 407 years. So he's the best. He's the GOAT. He's huge influence in my career, Carm's career for sure. And really happy for him. And very, very happy for Karen, his lovely wife too, that he is finally going to stop waking up at 3:45 in the morning, I believe.
Do Wildcat basketball. Post-game show would end up at 10:45, 11 o'clock, and then he'd be back there waking up at 3:30 to go in and do the morning sports. Dave's the best, and criminally, I will say, in this town, underrated as far as play-by-play goes. Because he's doing Northwestern, he doesn't get the love, but his football is right there with whoever you want to name, Wayne Larrabee, Jeff Joniak. Dave is top-notch. Love listening to him. Hope he continues to do it for another 10 years.
He'll be doing that for a long time.
And then also my final thing before we go is I did find I have figured out the identity of Cream Sleeve, but this is only for people that understand
what a pivot that was.
From Ennett to Cream Sleeve.
Ennett to Cream Sleeve. That was unbelievable.
I'm just saying,
if
you're lucky enough to be on Bears Twitter like we are, then you know of a certain follow named Cream Sleeve who certainly made waves this offseason. And I had really been doing my detective work over the last week.
You slipped, Cream Sleeve.
And he's getting caught slipping, and I have figured out his identity, but I'm going to protect his identity to, continue the mystical wonder that is Cream Sleeve. But I know who you are, and I'm watching you.
And now we all know. Watching you, Sleeve. Ain't nothing gonna be up your sleeve.
Yeah, shout out to Dave.
We gotta end this show. I think
Does Dave know about Cream Sleeve?
I hope not.
Dave does not know about Cream Sleeve, but maybe now Dave knows about Cream Sleeve.
Does. Maybe now he does. I don't know. Thanks for watching, listening. Appreciate you. Hit subscribe. Come on out tomorrow night, American Place Casino, Circus Sports Book. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll be there from 5 to 7, probably a little bit later than that anyway. It's gonna be a great time. So come on out. We will keep you updated on what happens tomorrow against the Dolphins. We're all excited about it. Also, stay tuned for that Hogan Johns interview with Ben Johnson. It'll either drop tonight or early tomorrow morning. We're still trying to figure that out. Apologies, I don't know for sure, but go hit subscribe, go hit the notification button, and then you'll know when it comes out for you. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks to Steven producing,
as always,
and thanks to Grady Jarrett.
Good job, Steven,
for joining us.
He's back there
too. He actually is behind that wall.
50, you're the man.
We will talk to you tomorrow from American Place Casino with Circus Sportsbook.
We all silly like the mayor.